She's 3 of 5 from deep. Clark through the lane, reverses it.
All the cameras were focused on Angel Reese. Every eye was on Reese. The pressure was at its peak. And then something happened that changed the momentum of the entire game. There are basketball mistakes that disappear before the next possession. And then there are mistakes that become the only thing people remember about an entire game. For Angel Reese, one missed opportunity against Indiana became exactly that kind of moment.
She is the worst offensive player.
She's not very offensive competent, bro.
Caitlin Clark laughing at Angel Reese's missed layup.
Generational meme.
To lose the game. Here it is. Here's the video. She can rebound everything, but bro.
The Atlanta Dream had pushed Indiana all the way into overtime. Reese finished with 15 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists, the kind of stat line that normally tells the story of a productive night. But the final minutes told a very different story. And that is where this game became much bigger than the box score.
The Dream had the ball for the last shot, game's tied, and Angel Reese has a bunny layup basically by herself, uncontested, and she cannot make that layup. She had 14 rebounds yesterday, 5 of them offensive. I'm not sure how many were off her own misses because I was at camp and got home for the end of regulation and then overtime, but her missing that layup, you just knew. And she looked kind of crestfallen, and she should be because you ought to be able to make a damn.
The moment started with Reese demanding space. She wanted the lane cleared so she could attack without another defender or teammate crowding the possession. Her teammate moved, the space opened, and Reese received exactly the opportunity she had asked for. Then came the miss. It was an open look, and the Dream could not convert it into the finish they desperately needed.
And if your best player for Atlanta could make a layup, I wouldn't have this gleeful smile that I have on my face right now. It's a layup. You're 1 foot away. Make it, please. You have a fast break layup by yourself early in the game. How you shoot fast break layups at 50%? Fast break layups by yourself at 50%. I can't explain it. But Caitlin Clark, 26 points today.
Indiana eventually survived in overtime, winning 95-91. But almost immediately, the conversation moved away from the final score. The question became much more uncomfortable. What does this moment say about Angel Reese?
Hit a key three. I'm thinking to myself, okay, ATL is going to actually win this game, and then we get down to the end of regulation, you guys. And I'm like, okay, Ron Howard, open three. She's going to hit it. No, she does not. Angel, you got it. Put back layup, game winner. No. And then Nas again caught it, put it up. No. I'm just like, oh my God, like, are we serious? How does that happen? And all of you guys, baby, my girl, Angel, all right, back up off her, okay? Like, back up off of Angel. You know that she missed that layup.
Because Reese is not simply another young player trying to establish herself. She is already one of the most recognizable faces in women's basketball. She plays with emotion. She talks. She demands attention. She communicates constantly on the floor. Those qualities can make a player look like a leader. But leadership becomes much harder to judge when the biggest possessions do not go your way.
I know that everyone says that mic and drills don't work for basketball, but if there's one person on the face of this raggedy planet that needs to do mic and drills until their wrists fall off, it is Angel Reese. I have never seen a human miss that many point-blank layups regularly. Angel Reese, she doesn't just see everybody, oh, she missed a game winner and her palms are sweaty. Nah, she misses regular lays all the time. The little putbacks, the million rebounds is a symptom of her missing point-blank layups. Is she left-handed? Because it's always a right-handed. I promise you, with the same coverages she has to get through, I can score that. I can do that. Father of three, regular nigga. Right, I promise you, I could shoot a higher percentage right there at the basket to Angel Reese.
And that is why this one sequence hit so differently. It was almost impossible not to notice the contrast. Reese wanted the floor opened up for her. The floor was opened up. She got the opportunity, and she could not finish it. That does not make her a bad player. It does not erase an entire season of production. But it does create a question that every competitive team eventually has to answer. Who gets trusted when everything is on the line? Atlanta had already beaten Indiana earlier in the season, so this matchup was not supposed to be an easy one for the Fever. The rivalry had history. The attention around Caitlin Clark made it even bigger. And because Clark and Reese are two of the most recognizable young stars in the league, every important possession between them gets magnified. A normal missed shot becomes a headline. A reaction becomes a meme. And a single possession can suddenly become a debate about an entire player's reputation. That is exactly what happened when the cameras caught Clark smiling as she walked back toward the Indiana bench after the missed opportunity. Nobody outside Clark's head can know exactly what she was reacting to in that moment. But social media does not wait for certainty. The clip spread. People interpreted the expression. Some saw it as competitive confidence. Others saw something much more personal. And suddenly, the conversation was no longer just about Atlanta losing. It was about Clark and Reese all over again.
Is it far-fetched to say that she's not good?
Angel?
Yeah, she's not good at basketball. Like, I'm tired. Look, we've said this in the past. I'm tired of it. I can't lie anymore. Like, I watched her miss 8 layups. She could be averaging like 25, 26 if she could make a layup. And the way she lays it up, it's like she's just learning how to, like, you know, when toddlers finally learn how to walk, they fall a little bit. It's like she just learned how to do layups when she got to the WNBA. It makes no sense to me. Like, she could be so much better. And for someone who has her own podcast, she talks her stuff, you would think she's the MVP. You would think she's that girl over in Vegas. But no, she's closer to AD Fuzz than she is to homegirl in Vegas. So yeah, there's that. She's been an inefficient player. I feel like we hype her up because she's grabbing rebounds, but they're her shot.
But there is another side to this story that is easy to miss. If you look only at Reese's final numbers, the game actually looks pretty good. 15 points, 14 rebounds, 6 assists, another double-double. Those numbers matter. Reese remains one of the league's most active rebounders, and her ability to create second chances is a major part of Atlanta's identity. But basketball is not played inside a spreadsheet.
Here's Clark, working behind Boston. Has the switch on Reese, will fire, and hit!
Timing matters. Efficiency matters. And what happens during the final possessions can completely change how a performance is remembered.
Here's Clark, working behind Boston. Has the switch on Reese, will fire, and hit!
Reese struggled to score efficiently against Indiana. She missed her first several attempts and finished 5-4-16 from the field.
Play fast, push the pace, as does Indiana.
Clark bangs all the way in and finishes.
Most importantly, she did not score in the fourth quarter. And when the game reached its most important moment, Atlanta needed someone to make the possession count. That opportunity came to Reese. It did not work, and the game continued.
Clark to a wide-open Harris. Her three is good.
That is the uncomfortable difference between a good statistical night and a defining performance. A player can dominate the glass for an entire game and still have the final possession become the image everyone remembers. It happens to superstars. It happens to rookies. It happens to champions. The difference is what happens next. Because one bad possession does not define Angel Reese. Her response to it might. After the game, Atlanta coach Carl Smesko faced questions about the late game sequence. As expected, he did not turn the press conference into a public criticism of one player. That is not how professional basketball works. Coaches protect their players publicly. Teammates do the same.
It happens, like, we know any other time like Angel will make a shot. I mean, she knows she'll make the shot, but in that moment, you just got to encourage your teammates. Like, no one person lost us the game. It's a team effort, and just like she's with us when we're struggling, we do the same thing for Angel. I mean, it's a sisterhood. Like, we really love each other, support each other. So, I mean, I'll put everything on the line that the next time she gets a shot like that, she will make it 100%. It's just this time she came up a little short, but I mean, I have all the faith in the word of Angel that she's going to finish the shot.
And Alisha Gray, who scored a career-high 32 points in the loss, emphasized that the result belonged to the entire team rather than placing the blame on Reese. That is important, because there is a difference between a mistake and a team problem. One possession does not prove that Atlanta's locker room is falling apart. There is no reason to turn speculation into fact. But the possession does raise a legitimate basketball question about how Atlanta wants to handle its biggest moments. And that question becomes even more interesting because of Reese's personality on the court. She has never been afraid to communicate. She wants teammates in the right positions. She wants the ball. She wants responsibility. That mentality can be extremely valuable. But when a player demands responsibility, the expectations become higher too. The more you ask from your teammates, the more people will expect from you when the moment arrives. That is not unique to Angel Reese. That is the price of becoming a leader. And there was an important detail that got lost in all the noise. Reese did not disappear after the Indiana loss. She responded. Against Las Vegas, she came back with 21 points and 10 rebounds. Then came an even stronger performance against Los Angeles. 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists while shooting a perfect 9-for-9 from the field. That changes the story completely. Because now the question is no longer simply, did Angel Reese fail when Atlanta needed her? It becomes, what does Angel Reese do after she fails? That is the part of a player's development that is often ignored. Young stars are going to miss shots. They are going to make bad decisions. They are going to have games where nothing feels right. The difference between a promising player and a great one is often what happens after the mistake. Does the player hide from the next opportunity? Or does she demand the ball again? Does she allow one bad night to become part of her identity? Or does she make the next performance impossible to ignore? For Atlanta, the bigger issue is not whether Reese should be blamed for one overtime loss. She shouldn't. The real issue is how this team develops its identity around one of its most important young players. Atlanta has plenty of talent. It has players capable of taking over games. And when the Dream reach another late-game situation against Indiana, everyone will remember what happened here. The pressure will be different. The cameras will be watching. And Reese will know exactly what people are waiting to see. Because the next chapter of this story is not written by the missed shot. It is written by the response. Angel Reese has already shown that she can rebound, defend, facilitate, and produce double-doubles at an elite level. Now comes another challenge, proving that she can turn the most uncomfortable moments of her career into fuel. The Indiana game gave the internet a viral clip. It gave critics an argument. It gave Atlanta a painful loss. But it also gave Reese something far more valuable. Another opportunity. And if the next time these teams meet she is standing in the same situation, the clock running down, the defense watching, and the entire basketball world waiting, the most interesting question will not be whether she remembers the miss. It will be whether she has learned from it. Because sometimes the possession that makes a player look vulnerable is also the possession that begins changing them into something much better.